What's up, everyone? What's up, Pete? John, what's up, brother? Happy Monday. Yay. This has been a real Monday for me. I don't know about you guys, but yeah. I'm going to be happy when this one's over. Nothing bad's really happened. It's just been like blah. What's up, Robert? Abby, how you doing, honey? Scott, what's up, brother? How you doing? Yeah. How's everybody's week? I had a pretty good week. Got some stuff done on the Blazer. What's up, Allie and CIA? Super Garbage Man. Yeah, it's just like it was in the air. Like my mind and everything was cool, but man, Monday was just in the air today. Coworkers were all Monday-ish. Weather's Monday-ish. Just needs to go away. I'm ready for some racing. I can tell you that. I'm sick of not seeing any racing. Hell yeah. Sweet. Can't wait to see him. What's up, Robert? How you doing? Hell yeah, John. I know you're cold. Hell yeah, Scott. That wing's looking good, man. That wing's looking good. I'm going to need to... Man, I started on one, but I might just need to just go ahead and order one of those. I'm kind of digging that one. Yeah, Allie. I'm telling you, it was just, I don't know. It was just in the Ohio air for some reason. And it needs to just go somewhere else. What's up, Tim? How you doing, Bubba? Got my half hour in this morning on that elliptical. I think about you every day, and man, I'm so grateful for that thing. Thank you. I hope you stub your pinky toe on the freaking coffee table. Oof. Now you can have that, bro. You can have that. What's up, Ryan? How you doing? Little brother has a Dana 60 for sale. Anybody's looking? So, man, I had a good week working out, staying active, doing a lot of stuff, doing a lot of stuff. We're getting ready to start offering some stuff, like those commercials. You saw that kick-ass commercial we did for Jeff Thomas for the Gangsters Paradise race, and that flyer we did. I'm not bad mouthing anybody or nothing like that, so don't start, don't everybody getting their feelings. But man, I know you promoters and I know you spectators and viewers want to see more than like a picture of 6 cars and some wording, man. I know you guys want to see some style and flair out there, so we're getting ready to bring that to everybody. So you promoters that don't have the ability, hit me up. We got some pretty gangster programs to help you guys promote your stuff. Everybody make sure you go check that out. Alan and the guys are fucking awesome. Love those guys. So make sure you go check out the E's and B's podcast every Friday. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, man. That sucks. Man, hopefully I can earn my spot for next year. I'll be in that thing next year for sure. Oof. I wish I could do that, man. I turned it over. I put oil in it and engaged the starter. We primed the engine and then engaged the starter and got the rotating assembly nice and lubed. And so she's rotating. And it wouldn't take much more to fire her up, but I'm just going to do 10 work and everything else first and just get it done. I don't want to race it or rush it and then have to go back and redo stuff. I know I keep saying that, but fuck, man, like my puke tank, welding the bungs in the valve covers, running the hoses back, building the puke tank. And if you saw my post, how I ran the exhaust tube out of the puke tank, out of the C-pillar, which I don't know. I like it. It looks really cool. I think it looks cool. But man, I got like 15 to 20 hours just in doing a stupid puke tank and running some hoses, putting nut certs in everywhere so the quarter 20 bolts don't back out and stuff doesn't dangle and hang and fall, man. Oh man, don't tempt me, bro. I'm trying to be good. Don't tempt me. I will talk out that motherfucker like Ace Ventura, Pet Detective. Hell yeah, that'd be awesome. If I, you know what, if I could get some help, if I could get like 20 or 30 hours worth of help, I'd be ready by the end of the month. It really takes forever by myself. I'm not complaining, but it just takes 10 times longer to do stuff by yourself than if you got a third hand. So Marcy wants to learn about getting sponsored so she can raise money for a sex doll to cuddle with. I think she's going to start a GoFundMe as well. So go follow her page and donate to the cause. Yeah, we did that. But now I'm kind of going the other direction though, because that's why we got Jeff Lambert on here. He's the author of You Can Have a Sponsor Too, which will help your race programs, help race promoters, etc. So I'll be here. I'll be here Friday evening, well, late afternoon until Sunday all day, bro. If you want to come in. I absolutely love you. You and your family are awesome. Except for Josh. Josh, you're slow, and I'll still beat you in a foot race. Actually, Josh is the only kid that's ever tied me in a foot race, which is really impressive, to be honest. So, and speaking of that, man, I'm going to you guys are killing me, and I love it. You guys are sending me tons of messages about working out and how a lot of you are starting to work out and you're getting tips and stuff from me. Look, I'm not an exercise guru or whatever. I just show up every day and I keep doing it by the grace of God and my efforts. I have come down healthy, no bullshit. I have dropped all my weight in a healthy fashion, lost 68 pounds in 4.5 months. So what little bit I do know, I will gladly share with you. But you guys kill me. Always get me all emotional, and I love it. So keep doing it. Send me videos and messages about how you guys are joining me in this journey, and keep it up. I got, my man David from Young and Boosted hit me up, and he's been working out, and I'm super proud of him. And Tony McKinney, we've been going back and forth a little bit on it, and that's my dude. You guys know it's my brother, but he's been making excuses. I keep calling him out on it. This dude sent me a video this morning of him on the treadmill at 6:00 in the morning. Got up a half hour early and got his ass on the treadmill. Got 3 and 4 layers of clothes on, and he's committed to doing it. So you guys, man, you guys inspire. You guys say I inspire you, but you guys inspire me. And you guys keep me honest, because there's no way in hell I can ever give up when it gets tough for me. And I'm not superhuman or anything by any stretch of the imagination. So when it gets tough for me, I know that you guys are holding me accountable because you guys are out there doing it too. So we'll all just keep each other accountable. We'll all just keep supporting each other, and we'll all get healthy and have a healthier, happier life together. I just wanted to throw that out there real quick before we get started, because I really do it means the world to me. You guys mean the world to me, and I appreciate you. Yeah. I'm with you, brother. I'm with you. I know, brother. I appreciate it, man. Yeah, I'm surprised he didn't lose balance, to be honest, but I'm proud of him. He made the whole half hour. I told him my motto on the treadmill is I don't care how fast you go when you start off, you get on that thing for a half hour and you do not quit no matter what. And he stayed on there for the whole half hour. So I'm proud of him. Now you just got to bump that up to a gallon. Get rid of the pop and bump that up to a gallon and you'll be freaking in there, man. Nope, I didn't. I was going to at PRI. I was going to order one and get fitted for it, and I'm glad I didn't. I'm telling you, when I first quit, I went to 1 pop a day and made everything else water. And then after a couple of weeks, I got rid of the pop. I went like a pop every other day. And then now I do like 1 or 2 pops a week. But I'm telling you, the water is the key, man. Helps flush everything out. Gallon of water gets rid of all the garbage, and it helps with the weight loss. For real. But anyhow, let's get down to business because we got a guest here. And this is a good topic for everybody, no matter where you are, racer or promoter. You know, as Limpy is so adamant about here. You know, so you can have, well, also though, not only can you have a sponsor, but what to do with the money and, how you're supposed to treat your sponsors afterwards is one of the things I really like about this book. I know, brother. I wish, we should coordinate our time and our efforts. We'd probably get a lot more done if we did that, come to think of it. But, man, I'll tell you, this book was very enlightening to me. And I'm going to bring Jeff in now. Jeff wrote the book. And what I like about it is, as y'all know, I'm just a simple hillbilly. And this was simple illiterate. Very easy to read, very easy to comprehend. All of you guys and gals that watch this show are way smarter than I am. So I know if I can get it and understand it and appreciate it, you can too. And look, it's not super thick and it has big words, not little words. So it's not a whole lot of reading. But enough about that. Jeff, why don't you introduce yourself to everybody, tell everybody who you are and where you're from, and maybe give us a little bit of history about yourself so we can understand you a little bit better.
Man, you could write my intro for that book right there, because that's exactly the reason why I wrote it the way I did, was so that it was easy to understand, because I'm just a simple hillbilly from Kentucky, and I'm glad that you picked up on that as well. But yeah, most of the people out there that don't know me, I'm Jeff Lambert. I'm a veteran of the United States Navy, and the reason why I'm telling you that is, one, I'm proud of it, but the main reason I'm telling you that is because I was working for a company in the corporate world, and we could. I started a nonprofit organization called Armed Forces Racing, where I wanted to help veterans get into drag racing, and we would do drag racing schools and things like that, but didn't have the money to fund it. And and I lost my job, so I couldn't fund it out of my pocket. So I had to figure out how to get sponsors. So I went and hired 2 or 3 people. It was, kind of hired one person. So I really hired 2 and kind of hired a third one. But man, they were jokes. They were supposed to help you get a sponsor and supposed to show you what to do and help you and whatever. And it was just a joke, and I got ripped off. And so I said, heck with it. I'll go figure out how to do this on my own. And I figured it out. I started it, started helping some friends, and it worked. And I was like, all right, people kept calling me and asking me. And I was like, all right, I'm just going to write a book, because, I can put it in a book for everybody. Simple to read, small. You can read the book in 2 hours. And I wish it took me only 2 hours to write it, though. But yeah, so simple, easy, straight to the point. And I that's just the way I live my life anyway. So out of necessity, I learned sponsorships, and I started teaching other people how to do it, and it works.
So, let's tell us about because I like I said, I researched you. So you have your, one of the things I found interesting was your foundation, which is kind of what you started all this from, and what you do there to help people get into race cars and get into racing.
Yeah. So we built a Fox body Mustang and made it a 2-seater. It had the 5.0 in it. It was donated to us, and we were taking out veterans on test and tune nights down here to Shady Side Dragway, which was an outlaw track at that time. And they would let us put the veterans in the car, so we'd teach them how to drive these cars. And and so these guys would come out and they'd jump in the car. COVID kind of killed that program, for a long time. So we're hoping maybe to next year to find some veterans that are really interested in that program, that want to come and volunteer with us and be teachers themselves, because we would like to put other veterans in the car and have them start teaching it. Be honest with you, we are so overwhelmed that we just don't have enough people to help teach that. So we need other people. We need other people to drive the cars. But yeah. So, but another thing that happened with that program was veterans started coming to the shop. They'd want an engine built. We teach them to build an engine. They want to learn to paint a car. We teach them to paint a car. We just started doing everything here at the shop, and that's what a lot of the guys love about what they do now. They come to the shop and work and hang out, and most of them. We have one rule in our shop: if you come to our shop and you're going to tell a lie, you have to stand up. So. Yeah.
Are we talking about fishing or time slips? Because I probably never sit down.
Any lie you tell, you have to stand up. I joke and say there's never been a lie told in a chair in this shop, so don't start now. So if you're gonna lie, you got to stand up.
So that's awesome, man. I mean, first off, thank you for your service, and then so I didn't serve, but I have lots of friends who have, and I have some close dear friends that have done some pretty treacherous combat service, and hearing their stories, sometimes they don't have anything else, or they don't have something, so yeah. Programs like this are awesome, man, to help get them reacclimated or help them find
that was the idea. It was the idea to get these guys kind of around other veterans, right? We call our taglines kind of mission, purpose, and camaraderie, and then some of the other things we do, we work with other organizations in the area. We just helped a homeless veteran. What was really cool, and I know it sounds like I'm bragging, but I just want people to understand, if they're wanting to understand that program better, there's some power in that program, because like this dude was homeless, had no money, no car, no nothing. And all of us different veteran organizations in this area got together. But I picked up the phone call and called a dealership, and I said, this dude is a 10-time master mechanic, and he's looking for work. You got any work? Yep, send him down. He's hired. Just that quick. And that's what I love about the veteran communities. When we get together, you can pick up the phone, call somebody, and they'll listen to you. And that normally doesn't happen just for everyday Joe people. That's what I know it sounds a little braggy, but we help that guy now. He's got a place to live, and he's working 60 hours a week, and and he comes over to the shop and hangs out, and so it's pretty cool.
No, that's awesome. And in my opinion, that's the way it should be. I mean, combat or not, we owe all you guys, and all of us should step up. I don't think it happens enough. So
Yeah.
that's awesome. And so when you start that program back up, definitely let me know. I'd love to come down for a weekend or something, or maybe a couple.
Oh gosh, yeah.
And help you guys.
Oh yeah, we'd love to have you.
I'm dumber than a freaking open end box wrench, but I can fetch tools. I can occasionally say something that's funny, and
Yeah.
we can definitely have a good time together. So so the way these practices are how you funded that until COVID. So we kind of just lightly go through the book and kind of explain some of this stuff to some of these. I mean, the book is $15 from Amazon, right?
Yep. I tell you what, I don't know how you want to do it, but I got some books here. How about we give away a couple of books and I'll autograph them and send them off. So you figure out how that's going to happen, and then I'll sign a couple of books and send them out for you to your listeners.
That's it. That's awesome. John, I definitely will when he reaches out to me, and maybe we can get some of the OGR community to come down and help out, and maybe we can. Anybody has any spare parts or anything, if they're working on something they want to take down with them and donate to the cause or any of that stuff, I'm all about it, man. I'm all about helping out and helping coordinate that. So, John, I'll definitely get a hold of you and anybody else that wants to get involved. Let's definitely give back. So yeah, I'll tell you what. We'll wait and see who sticks it out to the very end, and then we'll figure out.
All right.
In some way to give away a couple of books. So if you guys turn the live feed off, you're missing out. I definitely would definitely do some. We'll definitely film that and help get the word out on that. So I mean, I like it. It's a real simple approach, and honestly, the whole book, as I was reading, it's like a bunch of common sense stuff.
It's common sense stuff, right?
You just need somebody to give you the instruction manual, and I think this is a great instruction manual. So, I think we go, like marketing yourself. Yeah, Fred. So we got. We'll put the link back up. Don't be afraid to go buy the book. It's $15. Support. Actually, just buy the book, people. It's $15, and you hear what kind of cause it's supporting. Buy a gift for a buddy. Buy a couple. So why don't you walk us through, and I'll shut up.
Yeah. Okay, so marketing yourself. You just mentioned that. So there's an effort that has to be made, right? You was talking about losing weight earlier. You're not going to lose weight if you're going to sit on the couch and eat ice cream all day, right? So you've got to be. No. So you have to put yourself out there. You have to start making yourself noticeable. Now, you don't have to be John Force. You don't have to be, on social media every day blowing it up. But what you have to do is prove that you are marketable, right? And so a lot of guys won't do that. They won't get out. They just feel like that they have to hand it. And I'll give you an example. Another friend of mine who wanted to race for a living, wanted to do this for a living, and he came to me and he's like, "How do I do this?" And I'm like, "Dude, you just start making videos. Just start making some videos and getting people to notice you." Right. And when I say notice you, you don't have to have 1,000 followers. You just have to be able to impact the 100 followers that you have. And then people will start to notice that. So it's not like you have to have this big, huge audience. But anyway, he goes out and starts making these videos. And now he's making money off of his videos because he done so many of them and done so well. But now his race is fully funded. That's what he does for a living full time. You know, we got over $300,000 in sponsorship money from one company to help this dude go racing.
Nice.
You know, and all he done was started with videos. So get yourself out there, make yourself marketable, get yourself noticed, and that's step one right there. So simple, easy to do. And let me tell you, the more you're a jerk on social media, and the more that people are turned off. Companies all the time tell me when the very first thing they do is they go look at your social media page. I'll give you another example. We went to I had a client, and we went to a big insurance company. So we went to a big insurance company. The first thing they done when we walked in was they asked for the budget. That's another thing. If y'all aren't into budgets, you better get into budgets. Everybody says, "Oh, I've had sponsors before, never had to have a budget." Well, you ain't got enough money yet. All right. So, but anyway, we sat down, and the very first thing they done was went over his social media with him. And they want to know three things about your social media. How did you act before you met them? How did you act after you met them? And then how do you act after you got the sponsor? If that's consistent across the board, you're good. But if you acted like a total jerk on social media, if you've got nasty stuff all over your social media, go delete it now. Get it off there, because they're going to go, "Oh, well, he's being nice to us now, but he was a jerk about our company 2 years ago." You see? So that's some of the things they're going to look at your social media. There's companies out there now, that's all they get hired to do is just to go through your social media. That's all they do all day long. When I lost my job at that corporate company, when I was trying to fund this, that's what I did. I was a corporate investigator. Armedforcesracing.org.
I'll pull it up and put it in the comments for everyone.
Yeah, there you go.
Let's see. Is there a donation link on here?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to put the link up for everyone directly to the donation page. So
Let's see.
if you can't make
Tim
it down.
Tim Crump there asked a question.
Let's see here.
Because I love that question. Okay. I do work for a lot of different types of businesses. Most of them I've had for 20 plus years. How do I approach them and use my established relationship with them? Okay, Tim. So when you say you work for a lot of types of businesses, what do you do?
He does landscaping.
Landscape. Oh, okay. So you do landscaping for businesses. Okay.
Yep.
Well, I can tell you in the corporate world, a lot of times that ends up being a conflict of interest. And so you really got to pay attention to that. Most of them I've had for 20. Okay. How do I approach them and use my established relationship with them? Okay. So if Tim was my client and he came to me and he said this question right here, I'm going to ask you the first thing. The first thing I'm going to ask you is about community causes and charities. What do you and those companies have in common that are in the community, or your causes or your charities? Do you have anything in common with those? That would be a perfect way to start to work towards a relationship as far as a sponsorship goes. Is what are they interested in? Are you interested in the same thing? Maybe you can go to them and work together with them on that particular community cause or charity, and work with them and help them raise the money and build that relationship, and say, "Hey, I can use my race car to do it." Does that make sense?
Yeah, I do. Like in the beginning, and you kind of didn't elaborate on that. That can be a double-edged sword, though, because this is a client you've had for 20 years, and if something goes south because of the race car sponsorship, now maybe
that's a question he has to answer. But I would
Just throwing that out there, Tim, to think about too, though.
Tony McKinney. Now pull that up. Oh, Tony must have been following me somewhere along the lines, because I am well known for saying it's more than a sticker on the side of your car. There is so much more. I could sponsor you today and I could give a crap less about a sticker on the side of your car, right? I mean, obviously that's brand recognition for me and it's good for you. But a sticker on the side of the car, that is not what sponsorships are about, guys. People will say to me all the time, what do I charge for a quarter panel for their sticker? You're not charging. Here, let me just back up and say this about every one of y'all's race program. If you've got a race program and you want a sponsorship, you are no longer a racer. You are no longer a race program. You know what you are? You are a marketing company. That is your job. If you have been sponsored, I don't care if it's for 50 cents or $500,000, you are a marketing company right now. That is what you are. And it is your job to make money for that sponsorship by marketing. That's what you do. So whenever people say it's a sticker on the side of the car, it's way more than that. Obviously, I do care about a sticker on the side of your car. I mean, I make that point, but it's your job. So how do you give then? It's a partnership, not a sponsorship. People don't understand that. Well, that is true. That is true. But you're also being hired. You're also being hired by me. You're an employee of mine. I'll give you an example. If I own a company called Greasy's Garage, we do soap product companies, stuff like that for mechanics and stuff like that. I sponsor people with this product right here. Okay. So when I sponsor you, I'm expecting you to make me money. That's what a marketing company does. If I hire a marketing company to go out, where's my return on that investment? A sticker on the side of the car does nothing. You're going down the track. I'm maybe some of your grudge racers or something. You're going down the street where there's nobody even looking. What do I care about a sticker? But what I do care about is when you get out and when you use that marketability that you have and start promoting these people that are sponsoring you and driving people to their traffic. I'll give you an example. Let's say if I was sponsoring Ohio Grudge Racing, I brought out my new hand and tool wipes, right? I would expect Ohio Grudge and Racing to go do a reveal video and a review video for that product. That's what I would expect. I would expect you to be going out and promoting that product. And whenever a lot of people don't understand that, and then that's why you said in my book, it shows you what to do with the sponsor after you get it, because that's where everybody fails. That's the reason why they don't get picked up again the next year. It's because they failed throughout the year, because they go, oh, I got a sponsor. Let me tell you something. Who needs a sponsor? That's the next part in that book, right? I think it is. Do you really need a sponsor? I think is what it is. Yeah. But do you really need one? Well, you know what? You can be a hobby racer and have a sponsor, but a hobby racer is a full-time job if you've got a sponsor. Just know that, because it is your job now to get out there and promote them. All right. So I could preach all day long. Okay. Now the Rups there, they are actually just entered into a sponsorship with Greasy's Garage with me. They are longtime customers of my products. They use all my soap products and everything. How can I stand out from everyone else? It's all about your personality. If you know Rodney Fincham, go look up Rodney Fincham. If you don't know him, go watch his videos. That guy will come across as the biggest, dumbest hillbilly that ever walked the face of the earth, and he's a genius, because he uses what he has as a natural talent to put videos out there. So if you've never seen that, go watch Rodney Fincham. It's Fast and Fincham. I helped him build his whole program there. So E's and B's YouTube, man, I'm loving this. Thanks again, Jeff. You're welcome.
You said Rodney Fincher?
Fincham, Finchum. Yep.
All right. I'm going to watch him.
Marcy Renee hit the nail on the head right there. She's done a good job. She understands.
Ryan, there's no such thing, buddy. I hate to break your heart in front of our company, but there's no such thing as a badass Ford. Where did we go? There was one more. Yeah, you have. Yeah. I mean, you're a spokesperson, right? I mean, you're a full-time employee. You got to represent the brand and the product properly all times.
Absolutely. Do your morals match their morals? Right. If I'm just I always use this as I'm not trying to get political on your channel, but I'm using this as if you're a Trump supporter, for example, and Joe Biden came to you and said, "Will you put my name on the race car for $200,000?" Well, then you shouldn't put their name on the side of the car if you're a Trump supporter because you don't agree with them, right? I mean, obviously, or you're a Biden supporter and Trump says so. You're not agreeing. That's the easiest way to make that point is if you don't agree. I just offered up a sponsorship package on my on the racesponsorships.net for Greasy's Garage, but this is another thing. If you're looking for a sponsor and you're trying to build a relationship with somebody, you got to be a customer first, right? One of the big points in the book. You've got to be a customer first. If you've ran Hoosier your whole life and you send a sponsorship deck or proposal to Mickey Thompson, and Mickey Thompson looks at the pictures and sees Hoosiers on your car, and you've never ran a Mickey Thompson tire, I'm not going to sponsor you. They're not going to sponsor you. You've got to make that point, and you've got to make that effort to go and show that I've used that product. I can speak about that product and know that it's a good product and I'm in love with it. If you're not in love with that product, don't speak about it. I know as a media company every bit. Let's see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which it does. And again, you got to make sure you're out there. A lot of people just put logo, as a media person, a lot of people just put logos on some pictures and stuff. And sometimes that's part of the deal because different money gets different stuff. But
yeah. So, I'll give you an example. When I was with the Rups, I had the conversation with them and I said, now that I'm sponsoring you, don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to make yourself, or pick up the phone and call me and say, hey, I got these ideas. Work with your sponsors, guys. You got to remember, they hired you for a reason. Pick up the phone and call them and say, I want to do this. I'll give you a really good example is if, like we just launched a new pumice soap. It's still in testing. So I sell it on the website really cheap for people to use it. But you could take that right there and you could put stickers on the back and put a number on it while you're at the track. Hand out samples to everybody. And then say, come back in 4 hours. We're going to post a number on the board. And if you've got that number on the back of your board, we're going to give you a free gift pack to Greasy's Garage with every one of their products. Right. So now you've got the product in their hands. You've gotten them to carry it around. You've gotten them to come back and look for a number. Now you can hand them material, hand them your QR code to get out for that. Maybe you offer a 10% discount coupon code for everybody that picked up one of these and say, if you like it, here's a coupon, go try it, throw the QR code out there. You could, and that doesn't cost a lot of money. Vistaprint is super easy to print a business card and put all that stuff on there. And then you call me up and say, this is what I want to do. Yeah, that's how you stand out. That's how you make yourself stand out and how you make yourself look really, really good to your sponsors by doing things like that.
Are they adopting? Because my race program is mom and dad sponsorship money. Not me. You ain't helped me. I'm about to block you.
If you build out a website, market their brand on social media, put logo on merch, create videos using the product, etc. I could legit. Yes, it is. They sell their product with what you're already doing. Yeah. So I mean, I helped the boys up there at Bishop's Motorsports. We got them Seafoam on board for 3 years. And they are killing it up there for Seafoam right now.
Marcy, you're lucky. I love Lonnie and Justin as much as I do. I'd block you.
Make sure you have good background information so you can promote them. Yeah, absolutely. We talk about that. Research the companies. One of the things, if let's say that you love Mickey Thompson tires, right? But you've never used them. Go research that company. Find out what it is that they like. We got a guy down in Louisiana, $36,000 to build a dragster. And you know what he done? He researched a local grocery store, and I helped him research that. And we went through their whole website, and just from that research, we found out all the key points that they want to hear when they were hiring somebody for marketing. Got 36 grand just by research.
Which
I feel like
it's kind of like the important thing, because at the end of the day, it needs to be a win-win. They're delivering you money, and then you need to deliver and meet their expectations. But clarity from day one, so everybody knows what their expectations are is important too.
I even talk about this in the book and in the class. I have a course as well. It's by the way, the price this sounds like a sales tactic, but I'm letting you know the price of that course is going up to $250 this year. And right now I have it at $99, a sale going on, a special. So I can give you the link for that. But if you go over there, you can click on a class, and it's 4 hours, 1 hour each one. You can watch the lives. But I talk about this a lot. And the reason why Luke Bogacki, he wrote the forward from here. One of the things that he taught me about sponsorships, the biggest key you can take away from sponsorships is not about what you're doing. It's about them, right? It's more about what you can do for them than what they can do for you. So we had this kid, Missouri, approached a guy that never would sponsor anybody, but you know what he done? He went in offering something instead of asking for something. Go in and offer something. I'll give you an example. Let's say that you wanted to do an energy drink company. You got this energy drink company. You're in love with this energy drink company. You're passionate about their product. You know that you like it. Why don't you could pick up the phone and call, say, hey, Mr. Smith, I love your matter of fact. I've done this very exact same thing with an energy drink company. But you can pick it up and say, hey, I'm going to such and such event. Why don't you give me some free samples? I'll set them up, put a cooler out. I'll hand them out for you. All right. All I'm asking you for is a 10% code to give out to the people that I hand it out to. That comes back to me. That's another thing. Always track your return on your investment. Tommy Coughlin's one of my greatest students of all time, by the way. But you track that return on the investment with that coupon code. So you give out this, you give it out, and then now how much money did they just make by you handing out product? Then that opens their eyes. They go, oh, wait a minute. Okay, we've got something here. This guy gave out 500 bottles of our samples, and we just did $1,000 a day because of it. We need to pay attention to this guy, right? So it's more about what you can do for them than what they can do for you. And sometimes in the beginning, you call it a win-win. You might need to lose at first, but you'll win later.
Or sometimes that'll work backwards. Like one of my sponsors this year, we negotiated something, and then the deal was set. And then they said, you know what? I got this idea, which is actually going to be a shitload more work for me on the marketing end of things, handing stuff out and whatever. But I'm like, sure, I'm game. Let's do it. Sometimes, it's still a win-win. Sometimes you just got to work a little harder and have faith that next time around they'll take care of you, and don't be afraid to renegotiate after. It's still got to be fair, which in this deal it's fair.
Mm-hmm.
I got plenty of time. Well, that's a lie. I have no time, but I got plenty of work ability. So we'll just do more work, but don't be afraid to do a little more than you expected to either. Don't be so rigid. I found I'm not the expert, just throw my 2 cents in there.
Yeah, thanks, Tommy. Okay, let's see. If you're in a Spotlight TV radio podcast, never forget to promote your sponsors and thank them and contact your sponsor. Okay, so you know what? You just hit on another point right there. Contact your sponsor after and have them watch it. Look, that should be your job anyway. Once a month, you should be sending updates. When I had K&N as a sponsor, Let me tell you something. If I was 15 minutes late with that update, that dude was emailing me. He's like, "Hey man, where's your monthly update?" So you should be sending. Some sponsors don't like to be fooled with it. And I can tell you, there's a handful of them out there. Be like, look, just leave me alone. Go do your thing. We're watching. Don't pay attention. Don't send it unless they like threaten to fire me. I still send it anyway. I send a monthly update about my race program all throughout the year. Okay. All throughout the year. Make sure you heard that part. All throughout the year, not just during race season. Okay. That's where people fail with sponsors is they go, oh, the race season's ended. I'm done. No, you're not, because they'll quickly forget about you and move on to somebody else that's in their ear. I'm sounding awful preachy tonight, ain't I?
And with technology, that's easy to do. Set reminders on your phone. I have a million reminders because I'm very forgetful, but I have those reminders. Another thing that I do, being on the media side of things, is I have a Dropbox, and everybody can go get all my pictures, and they can use them for whatever they want. All my sponsors, and some of the stuff's branded, or they are allowed to add their branding to it. But every event, they have access to that to do what they want with it as well, because
absolutely perfect.
Sometimes that's part of it is they're paying you to be an infield cameraman per se.
Yeah,
because
they
can't have somebody at the event to get the media, and they need some pictures or videos from that event. And now that's your job also.
And the more that dollar number goes up, the more that they require. I tell you something really funny about my K&N contract. Normally I don't share contract information, but I will share this one because a lot of people don't realize this is if you're having someone take pictures from you, you got to get a release. Don't fall into that where you don't get a release from the photographer, and then K&N throws that photo out there, and then they start suing K&N. You know how I know that? Because I got in the middle of one of those. Okay. The guy said, "Oh, I'm going to do it for free. I'm going to do it for free. I love what you're doing for veterans." Okay, listen, I appreciate that he loved what I was doing for veterans, but the biggest mistake that I ever made was right there. And let me tell you something. I'm going to give you all a great piece of advice if you're having a photographer. Get a receipt. If they say they're going to do it for free, nope, here's $20 and I need a receipt from my business. All right. Whatever you got to do, get a receipt. And something else people don't know, if you'll look at pictures of cars a lot of times, and there's probably some photographers out here on this thing that's watching right now, like my car example. Guess what? Every noticeable face in the background, you have to have a release on because they're going to be put in a publication. So you blur them out. That's why you got to blur all those people standing in the background. Go look at pictures. You'll not see faces a lot of times because you'll see them blurred out. So you got to get those releases too, guys. I started a nonprofit organization, Ohio Blue Line Motorsports, to raise awareness to distracted driving, and we'll be purchasing your book. I want to run a top-notch program. I appreciate that, Fred. Fred, if you'll message me here on Facebook, I will. I've got a resource for you that if you want to send it to me, then you and I can get together and talk a little bit. I've got a resource for you for that right there. So.
If you can't find his profile, Fred, hit me up. I'll get you linked up. Oh yeah.
Oh, that's perfect. So, but let's talk about ROI. Let's talk about there's different types of ROI as well.
Which is not return just, on investment for
is
those.
Is that me or you? That's something. Yeah. Let's see. Hang on a second. I've had a computer glitch here. Okay, there we go. All right. So return on investment. There's different ways, and you have to be able to measure that return on the investment. And because you don't have any clout to stand on next year if you don't have a way to measure your ROI and to track it. Now, I'll give you an example. I had Jegs as a sponsor. When did I disappear? No, there I am.
No, okay. But yeah, so I think you're lagging a little. Yeah.
Okay. Am I back?
Yep.
Okay, so I had Jegs as a sponsor, and guess what? This is what they wanted for an ROI. They wanted people to sign up for their catalogs because they knew exactly how many people that got that monthly little flyer catalog they sent out, how much money that resulted in, right? They knew those numbers. So they was like, I want you to sign up everybody at the track you can. There's probably some people on here that's raced with me that's like, man, I got tired of Jeff asking me to sign up for this catalog because I was going and hitting everybody up, going to car shows. I was going everywhere I could with a pad from Jegs to sign people up to get their catalog. That's all I was doing. That's all they wanted me to do. But they never would tell me the number, but they knew the number of how many of those people I could get to sign up resulted in sales. And they loved me for it because I was getting, matter of fact, I even done a race. I done a Jegs for Vets race where people coming in and everybody had to sign up for the catalog. I had like 3,000 people just at that event signing up for the catalog, right? You know, they're like, oh, I already get it. Nah, I don't care. Here, sign it anyway. You know, but what that means is that one of them pads they gave me was 1,000 signups. That pad they gave me, and I know that I filled out 15 of those. So it's 15,000 people I got to sign up that year. Now that is a return on the investment that's trackable, right? Because I can go to them at the end of the year and say, I got 15,000 people to sign up for your catalog. That's what you asked me to do. They can't refuse you the next year. But if you go, oh, I got 100 people signed up, you're not worth my time. So you got to be able to track that. Okay. Oh, Tim, perfect. Okay, I'm going to hit you all with the B word. Racers hate the B word. They hate it. You all don't like it. You don't want to talk about it. You won't do it. And it's budget. Okay. You have to put a budget together. I teach that in my master class. I make you put a budget together. And guess what? I've had people who put a budget together and send it in to their sponsor for a renewal the next year. And the sponsors will go, oh my gosh, I had no idea it was costing you that much to race. You're way more valuable to us than that. And they would sometimes fill out the rest of their budget for them and pay it all. All right. I had a guy do that with Seafoam, different guy with Seafoam, sends it in, accidentally sent his budget with it, did not mean to send it. And they went, oh my goodness. Okay, here's an extra grand. We're going to give you some more. Okay. So if you all aren't doing a budget, then you're not treating your race program as a business. I want every single one of you all to think about your race program as a business going forward. And that's what we talk about that in that book. And and McDonald's, I promise you, has a budget. They know where every dime is being spent. And it's called a zero-based budget. If you've never done a budget, do a zero-based budget. In other words, every dollar counts. Every dollar has to go somewhere in that budget. And then you show that to them, that's where your money will be spent. And you got to stick to it. How about if someone takes a photograph of your car and puts it on a shirt with their product? That's, I don't know. That's I guess that would be something up personal to you, whether or not you're going to let somebody use your car or not. I don't know.
What's up, brother? Well, listen, that's why you buy the book for $15, man. You can read it. Sometimes I have to read stuff 2 and 3 and 4 times, or if it's audiobook, I literally have to listen to some audiobooks 5 and 10 times, man, before I get it. Buy the book. Also the courses, so you got 2 courses.
Yeah. So the one course is, you're basically getting the one course tonight. The other course is where you need to go. And the other course you can follow along with the book. Adam, you know how many times I've been accused of that? I got guys all the time that will not. They were like, nope, dude, I'm not putting that down on paper. My wife finds out, there is no way. And I'm like, all right.
Yeah, but I'll tell you, you need to do it. This is my first year writing out a full budget and explaining everything, and it's been very beneficial for me.
Yeah, I don't know if K-Bird Racing is watching. I haven't seen that come on yet, but K-Bird Racing, she was 15 years old, and we offered a we offered a what we called the boot camp cadet program, where we brought on kids and the parents, and we trained the parents and the kids to help sponsor their programs. And she does an absolutely amazing job. Matter of fact, so good I sponsor her every year. And I don't know if she's watching, but she puts a budget together, sends it to me every year, and what I do for her is I go to her budget and say, okay, I'm gonna pay your entry fees this year, and I just pick one thing on her budget and I pay it. Mick, it is not in audiobooks yet. You would be surprised that I've tried doing audiobooks a few times, and it all comes down to the person reading it, whether or not people listen to it. And I've not yet to find a good person to read it. You all don't want this old hillbilly reading it.
I am noticing something about it says read with Kindle Unlimited. Is that a program that reads it for you? I know some of those automated.
Kindle will read it to you if you have like the Alexa app or something like that.
Well,
I just said
there you go.
I just said that.
Yeah. I'm an audiobook fan too. Unless it's an instruction manual, which this pretty much is, I can't read. I can't read stories. I fall asleep 1 or 2 pages in.
Well, I've had
technical
people send
manuals,
it to me and
instruction manuals. I'll burn through them though. It doesn't. Let's see.
Would you feel like someone starting out in something like this go for like smaller companies? Seems like everyone has a code for, say, nitrous, if that makes sense. Okay, so the reason why I wrote this book was because of that question that you asked right there, because it says you can have a sponsor. Look, I tell everybody, go find a $25 sponsorship and treat it like it was $1 million, and you'll be surprised how far you'll go. I promise you. Here's a great one for you guys out there. Go down to your local mom and pop oil change places. Go to those places and go in there and say, hey, I want to prove something. I want to prove something to you and say, give me a coupon where people can get 10% off of a tire rotation with an oil change, or a free tire rotation with an oil change. And then go in, and then they give you this coupon, and then people bring it in, right? Well, guess what? So here's what that free tire rotation does on an oil change. Here's what it does. It gives them a chance to inspect the tires, gives them a chance to inspect the brakes, the rotors. Then they can start upselling all those people. And then they're going to go, man, this dude handed in 150 of these coupon codes and I didn't pay him nothing. All right. So there's a perfect way right there. I forget what the topic we was on. I got to preaching again. But anyway, go do that. Go do that. Just go. Oh, that was smaller. That didn't cost you anything but a little bit of time. Didn't cost him nothing, but he saw the value in you. Right. I'm giving you all too much good.
PM me your address. I'll send you out my racer sponsorship package. I got you covered. Yeah, I feel sorry for your wife. I like her more than you, by the way. Kyle greets with something. We're a little bit behind on comments here.
Fred, okay.
Oh, Fred, it's my pleasure. I mean, that's the thing. I want to just try to help everybody improve their program this winter as much as possible.
Dean says I'm teaching the class out of order. Yeah, I am, Dean. I'm all over the place today. So you hand out 500. How would you go back and ask for the next step? Well, that's the point. You don't have to go back and ask. If you hand out 500 of them, he should be calling you. My biggest concern is how to win over a sponsor when you're new to the sport. Being new has nothing to do with it because you're not a racer anymore. You're a marketing company, right? So find creative ways to make sure that they're making money. We talked about return on investments earlier. Maybe it's email signups they want. Whatever it is that they're looking for, make sure that they're getting that. Okay. You don't have to win them over. It's more about what you can do for them than what they can do for you.
listen to what they tell you their needs are when they do give you the time of day. Also goes a long way, I think. A lot of times putting faith into them that they're going to, you've made the investment in them, and hoping that you picked somebody who's going to make the investment in you back. I have picked a couple of my experience. Jeff probably more experience, obviously, but I have had a couple of things where it wasn't a win-win, where I put the work in first, but learning curve, right?
Yeah. Put Tim's up there. Tim, so I have no sponsors now. I have 0 sponsors for my personal race program, because you know why? I'm using the tax write-off to sponsor myself. So I have a few sponsors that are people that's been with me a long time that I'm really loyal to. So I shouldn't say I don't have any, but I don't even require anything of them. I will do them for free because they're just that long of a friend of mine, and they've helped my program for so long. So I don't have, to answer your question, I have my own companies. I sponsor myself and use the taxes for it.
LLC, your race team, Tim.
Yep.
Get an LLC for your race teams, a couple $100, and it'll make that stuff a lot easier for you, for your accountant.
Mm-hmm. And get insurance; it's cheap.
I will gladly accept it. My GoFundMe is labor. Who wants beer and pizza to come hang out and be a third hand? That's I don't need money at this point. I just need a third hand here. $300 sponsorship from a mom and pop NASCAR store 28 years ago when I started racing oval carts. He embroidered my jacket, and I still wear occasionally. Hell yeah. Yes. I think, and well, I mean, but you lay all that out, is it race car upgrades? Is it to pay for, are you paying for travel expenses, entry fees, food, everything that has an associated cost?
Yeah, I would go back to the budget. Are you budgeting to upgrade your race car? Is there a line there for that upgrade to save the money to do it? Yeah, then you can put it in there. Or if you're building a race car, like I told you, that one kid from Louisiana, he didn't have a dragster. He wanted a dragster built. We put the whole program together and went and researched the company. They gave him $36,000 to build his dragster. So yeah, you can.
I think you should probably just give Kleenex all your money in advance instead of a little bit over time. Because whenever that Ford lines up next to this Blazer, buddy, you're going to be crying all right. So I think we kind of touched on it, but not specifically, is who do I get to sponsor me? I mean, kind of talked about it being making sure it's a fit for you.
Yeah.
But so how does one, how would you suggest one sit down and have a conversation with themselves honestly about who's going to be a good fit for them?
Right. Can I passionately speak about that product or service? That's the biggest question you can ask yourself. Am I so passionate about it that I'm willing to speak to anybody at any time? If you sign up for the class, you're going to hear this story, but I'm going to share it with you anyway. If you have Billy Bob's Tires as your sponsor, and you're at the gas station at the pump pumping gas, and there's 2 old boys on the other side of you pull in, and that guy gets out and says, "Man, I need tires for my truck." If you're not so passionate that you don't reach in your truck and go over there and stick your nose right in the middle of their business and say, "I heard he needed tires. Here's a coupon right here for buy 3 get 1 free tire," whatever it is. Here, go see them, tell them I sent you if you need tires. And then if you're not that passionate enough to be able to do that, then you don't need them as a sponsor. Okay. So ask yourself that question. Am I passionate enough to be able to stick my nose in where it doesn't belong sometimes to promote a company? That's how come when I put my Greasy sponsorship up, some of these people were wanting me to sponsor them that, I mean, I'm not trying to be rude, but they've never even bought my product before. How do they know that they could have a sponsor by me and be able to talk about that product? Dean Murillo was one of my biggest fans, and I sponsor his program and his company. You know, I mean, his whole company uses my stuff. So, yeah, that's how I would say that's the litmus test. Is that right?
Yeah. Litmus test. Tim, I tell you, I'll send a proposal over. We can just test drive it this year so you can learn how it all works, sponsoring a race team. And we'll just put the money on a Blazer, and then next year you'll know how to apply it to your program. No. I'll get an LLC for your race team, get insurance, like he said. It makes it a lot easier when it's a business versus you personally. And it alleviates you from a lot of liability also.
Yeah, E's and B's YouTube. This definitely makes me feel good about who we're going to sponsor this season. You know, I tell you what, too, that's something else that I started doing. So let me ask E's and B's. Not them particular, but let me ask this question and you all can answer it. But the question that I ask companies, so I teach companies, companies will come to me and say, hey, I was thinking about getting in this sponsorship game. How do I get into this? And so I coach that as well. And the first question I ask companies is, what does a successful sponsorship look like to you? That is a hard question. Hot Shots, I see that behind your shoulder there. When I met with Hot Shots, I said, what does a successful sponsorship look like? And I blew them out of their chairs because nobody ever give it that much of a thought before. They just knew it was a sponsorship. They didn't know what a successful one should look like. So ask yourself, what does a successful sponsorship look like if you're getting ready to sponsor somebody? And then explain that, put that out. That's exactly what you need to do right there. If that didn't just blow a lot of people's minds, I'm sure nothing did.
Yeah.
What type of insurance for the race team? There's a company. Oh boy, and it just left me.
There's a couple
there's
of
a
them.
company. Yeah, there is. One of them. It's who I insure mine through, and it's left me all of a sudden. But it's really not expensive. I mean,
who I use Bill Roots. It's Central Ohio Insurance Agency.
There you go. So there's one.
See
but
how
he
I
may not be able
that?
Yeah. There you go. Some of the insurance companies I've talked to over the years, some of them can't go out of state, and there's some that can. And so yeah, I forget, to be honest with you. You'll just have to search it. I've lost my name.
No, Eddie's great. Eddie and his family are awesome. We love them to death. Great people. Kind of thumbing through it. We've kind of touched on everything in the book.
Yeah.
Kind of out of order, but nonetheless.
Yeah, I jumped all over the place today.
That's all right.
John,
that's how we roll here.
John, you'll have to ask them, man, but you can get on-track insurance, off-track insurance for it sitting in your shop. There's so many different ways and they'll agree on your value. Does age affect your chances of getting sponsorship? Chad, I don't know how old you are, but the short answer is no. It doesn't. I mean, like I said, we've got 14-year-old kids that are doing it, and the only thing that I would Laris Motorsports. Thank you, Tommy. That's who I use. Where was I at? Oh, liability. But anyway, yeah, you have to talk with them. And the age. Yeah, what was the question again? Oh, does age affect your chances? No, it doesn't. It's only limited by your willingness to be able to do it. You're welcome.
I think the only thing we really kind of haven't touched on was formatting your proposal.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'm going to say this about your proposals. Okay. Look, I've interviewed hundreds of companies about proposals. I would send them to them and say, I'm not looking for a sponsorship. What I'm asking you for is to look it over and tell me what you like and you didn't like. Okay. Short, sweet, to the point, and make it look gorgeous. That's what they like. That sounds like an over um I'm undercomplicating it, I guess, for whatever the word is, but it is a yeah. But anyway, yeah, you just make that thing look sexy. Make it look really, really sharp. Grab their attention. Do you know what the number one answer? So when I talked to companies, and I said, "What's the number one thing you're looking for in a sponsorship?" And they said, "I need to be able to read it within 30 seconds or less." If they cannot read your full proposal in 30 seconds or less, it's too long. It'll go in the trash. I got that answer thousands and thousands of times. Okay. So this is yours.
This is one of ours. Yeah. For our race series, 4 pages, not too flashy, not too crazy, quick, simple, to the point, because I talked to a lot of people and that's what they said they wanted also.
Yeah. I'm not sure if I can go. Let's see. Can I do this? I'll share one of mine with you if you want me.
Yeah, you can. Yeah, you can share it to me and I can put it up. Yep.
Okay. Hang on, I gotta find.
Should be a present button there for you.
Yeah, there is. Yeah. Well, I'm trying to find it. I'm trying to see if I even have it on this. On my computer here. Since Tommy Coughlin's on here, I got Dean on here too. I can share either one of them. But let me see if I can pull up Tommy Coughlin's here for you. I bought a new computer, and you know how that goes. All right, let's see here. How do I do this? Okay, it says present, share. Oh, it wants me to share a screen. Can I share screen?
Yep. You'll share it to me, and then I can put it up.
Okay. Are you seeing Tommy Coughlin's proposal? No. Okay. Well, it don't matter. Don't worry about it. But yours was a good example. It looked nice. It grabbed their attention. It was short and sweet and to the point. That's all they're wanting. They don't have time to read. I've had people send me proposals that were 22 pages long because they feel like they have to sell themselves. Okay. Listen. Here's the thing about proposals. Oh, you've done it, huh? Okay.
I mean, like intuitively though, and I think most people probably feel that way, like you want to make sure they know everything. But what I didn't realize is get their attention with the paper or digitally, I guess now with the proposal, and then fill them in with everything else verbally or through continued conversations. But I was trying to do everything A to Z. Here you go.
Yeah, right. And they're not going to read it. They're going to throw it away. So here's the biggest advice I can give you about proposals. Everybody looks at the proposal as the most important document, and it's the least important document you have. Okay. It doesn't that proposal means nothing. Only thing that proposal does is seal the deal at the end, because your proposal should have been sold long before it ever hit their desk. And what I mean by that is, remember, it's not about what I can do for you or what you can do for me. It's what I can do for you, right? It's more about that. It's more about showing your value, your worth through your marketing of yourself, through your time to take to build that relationship or to grow that relationship, to do those things that I was talking about with the tire company, doing all those things is showing you're valuable to them. Make them have to want to call you, and you say, "Oh, I have the sponsorship deck." And when people that do it that way always get a sponsor. You could send out 500 proposals the way you're doing it and get one return, or you can send out 10 like I'm doing and get 8. Happens all the time.
Email, paper copy. Do they prefer to have something in hand you find?
Okay, what's that now?
Sponsorship proposals, send as an email or paper copy. I've heard both.
Okay. Well, I'm going to answer this in a plan. It depends kind of thing. It depends on if you're meeting them in person or not. If you're able to meet them in person, always do a paper copy. You know, and if you're going to do it in an email over a Zoom, then you don't have a choice.
On bended knee. Maybe
well, I do.
Maybe even that position. Honey,
Tim, I do offer a wife whispering class too. So if you want, if you need some help, buddy, I mean, and we do couples as well. So Dean, I'm against PowerPoint decks, but I appreciate you throwing me out the softball. Yeah, I hate the PowerPoint decks. Hey, when you see the Mac Tool guy, tell him also I got some really good mechanic soap that I'd love to put on his truck.
Sean, you hear that? Tell Blake he needs to get some on the Snap-on truck.
Oh yeah, we got hand and tool wipes. This has been our best seller this winter. We got our knuckle butter, our hand repair balm.
Oh
yeah.
I'm probably the only one that gets dry hands in the winter.
No,
I'm probably the only person that uses solvents to clean the grease and stuff off their hands too.
Yeah, well, we're getting ready to come out with a new pre-work cream that's going to help those solvents keep from getting in your hands.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I need to send you. Okay, that's what I'm going to do, man. I'm going to send you up some of my products and you try it out and give me a review on your channel, will you?
Deal. I will certainly do that. That's a good question.
Okay, I can't type it in there. You have to, right?
I can, yeah. It's
Greasy's Garage.
It was GU.
Yeah.
RAGE.
Hang on, I'll send it.
Oh, there we go. I got it. So I can put it in the comments here. Oh, where are we at? Asphalt mastic. Yeah, that's pretty sticky stuff for sure. Yeah.
Oh, wait a minute. Here, you typed that wrong. Here, let me send it to you.
Wait, did I? I sure did, didn't I?
Yeah, I just sent it to you in Messenger.
All right, that's not the. Damn it! How can I delete those? I could put that user in timeout. I should, because he's an idiot. I can't delete those comments, so let's see.
Oh, Dean, that's good to hear. That's what we wanted, right? Man, I've been doing a big shop renovation in my shop because I build cars and resell them. I just finished up painting a 32 Ford, and I just decided to gut my whole shop and do this huge reorg and renovation. And then my office here is a total wreck because of it. I'm surprised you didn't ask me about the VP can in the background yet. Most people, that's what they ask about.
Oh yeah, well. I got a couple drums myself floating around here. What's up with the VP
Well,
can?
that's a sink. I turned it into a sink.
Oh, nice, good idea. I like it. I see
Yeah.
the neck now.
Yeah.
So there's the real link. Ryan noticed it. That's a good idea. So there's the real link. So we got that link, and then I'll put the Amazon link up again for everybody. Make sure you go get the book. I promise you, if I can read it and understand it, you can too. Now, I'm not a great reader, so I did read it a little bit here, a little bit there.
Yeah.
Over a week, but it's just super simple. I love that it was just super simple to comprehend, follow along. And
well, I appreciate that.
And what's the website for the online classes? So there's 2 classes online, and basically you said this was the first one.
Yeah, I'll send that to you just a second. Let's see here. It's the boot camp one. Did you find it?
What's that website?
Okay. All right. Hang on. I'm sending it to you right now.
I know I've been on it before.
Yeah. That's our boot camp. I just sent it to you.
What the heck am I doing wrong? I can't read or write. So yeah, I don't know what the deal is with Facebook here lately. Some people have been having that problem, but that's why I've been encouraging everybody to go to YouTube, and I'm building my LinkedIn over the last 2-3 weeks now. So I got to get 150 followers, and then I'll switch over from Twitch to LinkedIn, which will probably be better for everybody also. But here is the race sponsorship. Let's see. We will. There we go. So we'll put that up. And so you got the basically this is what we've kind of covered today, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
The 1999.
Mm-hmm.
So really, if you're interested in going to the next level, that's the boot camp.
Yeah, we dig into the book right there and we go through it. And it's live. So all the questions that everyone ever asked in that class, then maybe there's some questions that you've always wanted to ask. Those get answered in there as well.
Oh, wait. So this isn't like a pre-recorded course. This is actually
it's a pre-recorded, but I pre-recorded a live version of it.
Okay.
Yeah. And then also I left the if there's a specific topic you want to find, there's a menu down below. You can go find those as well.
So there's that course, which I'm going to take that one too. I got the book. I just haven't had time to take that course, but I want to.
Adam asked a question. Adam, be a customer first, buddy. That's how.
So there.
See if you like it.
We put that up there. The second one. Literacy is not my strong suit. Sorry. But so a lot of good info for everyone tonight. Anybody got any closing questions here? I mean, we've covered just about everything in the book. Scratch the surface. I mean, really.
Yeah.
Get the book. Read the book. I did put that link up again, right? Yeah, I just put that one up just a minute ago again. So $15, well worth it. A lot of great information in there. Really just simple instructions. I mean, that's what we all need in life, I think, no matter what we're doing. So that was one of the things that was I really appreciated about it.
Well, I appreciate that. Yeah, I was really happy to hear that you caught on to the simplistic writing, I guess would be a way to say it.
Yeah, no.
Marcy said my links was broke, but I was trying to see them. Go ahead.
No, I mean, listen, we're all just lowbrow, blue collar people around here, so this is perfect. This is what we need to, because sometimes the world gets a little complicated for a simpler person, and I am a simpler person. I know you guys aren't, but for a simpler person like me, so I like it when it's just easy to comprehend and read, and it's all good to go. Tim, I don't think anybody. I think what I see, anybody who says bullshit about somebody being sponsored and trying to put anything negative on that, they're just jealous.
So it's Matt Ewall. I wish he was on here because he would be rolling in the floor laughing. He got his race program fully funded. We got his race program fully funded from him. We took his budget, started from the beginning to the end, and got it all funded up. And I've never met so many people that hated a man so bad for it. It's just jealousy, you know. Even at my local track, when I wrote this book and it became a bestseller, we sold 1,000 copies the first day, and it became a bestseller on Amazon. I outsold Carol Shelby's book, if that tells you anything, how well it went. So people hated on me at my local track. So I don't know what to tell you. I guess just deal with them.
You don't got to deal with them, you know. Focus on your goals, your dreams, and how you need to get there. And and you know what? If you do something like this and you take that $99 course and invest in yourself and you have success that, you know, returns hundreds or thousands of dollars or tens of thousands of dollars into your program, and somebody's jealous that they didn't put in the work. I mean, because I think the whole most simplistic premise here is work your ass off and listen to your sponsor's needs.
Absolutely. You hit the nail on the head.
If there's three things I took away, you know, so if they're not willing to do that, then that's on them. Let them be jealous. They're only going to be mad at themselves that they didn't do what you did, and they didn't have, and that's why they didn't have the success.
Yeah. And anybody here that reads my book and takes the course, you can hit me up over at Greasy's Garage. I have an intro level sponsorship over there that I will do if you're this sounds like a sales tactic, but I'm just saying, if you try these products and you like them and you want on board with me, I have a program for you that we always sponsor racers and try to get our ambassador program working out there. So
that's awesome. We like people that give back, and You know, it's well, I mean, that's how we all get ahead, is giving and supporting each other, right?
Yeah.
Um,
Something else that I would like to touch on if we have a minute.
we have all the minutes, man. Let's go.
Okay. So, guys, then don't be afraid to work with other racers on your sponsorships. And what I mean by that is, just to give you an example of, maybe you have Pepsi as a sponsor and they have Coke as a sponsor. Okay. And okay, so Pepsi and Coke are never going to work together, right? But you two could work together. And what I mean by that is, maybe you go to the track promoter down there or the track owner and you say, look, we're going to raise money for our local VFW today. We want to put a box out here that says Coke and one that says Pepsi. Everybody can come down and put a vote in with $1. Put $1 in the box if you think Coke is going to win, and we're going to do a grudge race right here. It's a bracket race, but it's a grudge race, right? Still put the dial up during time trials. Takes no time out of their day. And then whoever, and you put, if maybe Coke makes $50 and Pepsi wins 45, and that's where everybody's putting their money on whatever. Then whoever wins, you go give the money to the VFW, but you both go do it because it's a win-win, right? So you can think about things like that. Things like that is what will grow the sport and will bring people in whenever you can start doing things like that. Because I can promise you right now, your racetrack owner or promoter of races aren't thinking like that because they've got so much to do. They're not thinking that way. They're not thinking about, oh man, I've got Advance Auto in my town out here. How can I help them better? They're not thinking about that. They're just hoping they give them more money so they can put their name on that billboard in the right lane next year. So we got to change this sport. We got to change drag racing. We got to change it, whether it's grudge racing, bracket racing, big money. We've got to change that culture. And the only way we can do it is by working with each other and working with our sponsors. Maybe you have O'Reilly's and Advance Auto, whatever you got. Work with each other. I don't care if you've got Advance Auto and he's got Billy Bob's Tires. Go put your car down there with Billy Bob's Tires guy and go set up one day and go do something. Do something that grows the sport and grows your programs. That's my advice.
Who doesn't like hanging out with somewhere with their race car talking about it? I mean,
Absolutely.
Let's be honest. Lorenzo, in your case, however, my friend, that is true. It must be nice. No, I agree, man. And that's what I try to do. That's the point of all these that we're doing this winter, since there's not much racing in our region, is let's help educate everybody and help everybody's race program grow in as many different ways as possible, and expose everybody to as much information as possible. Yeah. Lorenzo knows I got nothing but love for him. But, because that's the only way everything is going to advance, and that's the only way we're all going to advance. And there is a lot of fearful competitiveness out there where people want to hide knowledge from you and try to hoard any potential opportunities. And the hell with that, man. Like I say all the time, we're all in this together. That means if I line up with any of you, I'm still cutting your head off if I can, but I'm going to do everything I can to help you be as fast and productive and safe as possible. And
Siebert Performance, Siebert Performance Carburetors, they're a sponsor of mine, and I love Luke Siebert to death. We're best friends now, and he told me, he said, I quit sponsoring dirt track racers. And I was like, yeah, why is that? And he said, because the dirt track racers, man, they take the stickers off the carburetor if they start winning, and they like put rags over it and everything because they don't want anybody to know whose carburetor you're using. He's like, so they won't ever get out and speak for me because they don't want everybody else to know what they're using to win. Right. So, so I'm like, whatever, I mean, come on, guys, you got to get out there. If that sponsors that, the reason why you're winning, you got to go tell everybody. And maybe they just got to be a better driver to beat you next time.
Oh yeah. Well, everybody knows this. I mean, you don't know me very well, but I am all about competing with the best, getting your teeth kicked in and learning your way up to being, nobody's ever the best, but being in the upper echelon. So I don't secrecy and all that crap. Whatever, man. You better outwork me when my time comes.
Yeah.
Tim, we eat now. I mean, I live off of eggs right now, so I will take all the eggs you want to give me, brother. I mean, no shit. We probably eat 40 or 50 eggs a week. I mean, that's a big part of my diet. So I'll take all of them you have to offer, brother.
Let's give away a signed book.
Yeah, let's. I think probably for best student of the night would be Tim.
All right, Tim. Okay.
How many books are you going to do?
I was going to do 2.
2. And I think the next one.
It was Crump, right? Yeah.
Yep. Mick. Because she does a ladies program, race program, and has like zero budget, and she's out there working and trying real hard to get her name out there, and everything she's doing.
Who is it?
Is Mick Coogan. I put her name up there.
Oh, okay.
And she's a hard worker, and she needs all the help she can get. So I think you two were the best students of the evening. I'd say Ryan was a close third, but then he turned into a faraway 20th because he said Ford small blocks were fast.
Oh, we got to give him one. Who is that? I love small block Fords. What's his name?
Ryan McCoy.
All right.
That backfired, but good for you, Ryan.
Wait a minute.
But actually, Ryan's one of my good friends, and we go back and forth all the time. Oh, look at that! Damn it! You're never allowed to bring that over to my house.
All right. Well, get me their addresses for those. I've got them signed here right now. So there's 3 books. We'll send them out.
You're awesome. Thank you so very much for that. And yeah, everybody PM me your addresses, and I'll get them to him.
Yeah. And then I want to get some of the greasy products over to you because I want you to try them, man. Because I'm telling you, you're gonna love this stuff.
I know it backfired, didn't it? Jeez.
Yeah.
Maybe you know what?
And I want to check out this E's and P's YouTube. I'm kind of curious about who that is. I've not seen that before, so I want to look them up.
Yep, Eddie's good. He's got a podcast that he does every Friday, and really, Eddie, you should reach out to Jeff and help Jeff spread the word, man. Some more. Eddie has Eddie does sports, and so he loves drag racing and he loves wrestling. So if you listen to his podcast, you kind of get a little bit of both and some football and basketball and whatnot. But his 2 primary passions in sports is wrestling and drag racing. And I was a guest on there, honored, and he did a really good job, and I had a lot of fun. So,
Ryan, just to Ryan, we have a kit coming out where you can join the car club. Actually, we have a car club, and you can join it, and you get one product of everything that we sell and a T-shirt. So, keep looking for that. I will have that up on the website in the next week or so. But if you're wanting everything, then just hit me up on Messenger, and we can put you that kit together there if you're like anxious and can't wait, which I would appreciate.
He can't wait. But you know what?
Okay.
I'm going to give you my address instead of his for his book. I think I might.
Ryan.
I think I might have to scratch that SBF out and put LS.
Okay, Ryan, you order some stuff off Greasy, hit me up, and I'll just send your book with your stuff. Okay.
freaking Ford guys are ganging up on me. I don't like that.
You got to see I built a 30 Model A with a small block. With a small block. I built a 30 Model A with a flathead V8 in it last year.
Nice.
And my wife and I drove it 2,000 miles on vacation with air conditioning. I'm the only flathead V8 in the world out there, I think, that took it on a 2,000-mile round trip with air conditioning last year. And then caught COVID right in the middle of all of it.
We used to build fiberglass replicas and built a couple of sheet metal 30s, late 29s and 30 Model A's and B's. Great cars. And actually, I like them all. I was fortunate to be brought up as a Chevy person because, and I always say this, if it's a Chevy part, it's $5. If it's a Ford part, it's 10. And if it's a Mopar, it's 50. Thank God I was brought up cheap.
Yeah. Oh, Adam, I appreciate that, man. You go over and hit us up there. It's greasysgarage.com. I can't post in the thing there. So Dean Murillo was on here. He has it on. He has a roofing company. He puts our wipes on every one of his trucks, and the guys are loving it because it's taking the tar from that roofing material off, and that's what he was just talking about.
Yeah. Oh, Tim, I love the way your car sounds. Tim's got a big block Ford that just beats the hell out of the freaking track surface when he's on the brake and like let's go that thing. Oh, it's nasty.
I got a big block Ford in my 64 Galaxy.
Yeah.
It's a 40 or a 3,800-pound car with me in it, and it lifts the front tires about 3 feet.
Nice.
And it's a full frame car. I mean, it's not it doesn't. I don't know if Gary Stamps was on here, but he welded in the roll bar for me. He said he was going to come tonight. But
yeah, John, we know that big block freaking blower monster of yours is louder. I did not know that I had to unfriend you now. Or all you Ford people ganging up on me tonight. Gonna be a lot of blocking going on here shortly.
It looks like your fan base is Fords. You better switch, is what it looks like to me.
I got the better Ford. I got the second gen Ford LS.
You're darn right. That's what it is. They couldn't think of their own. They had to copy it.
Yeah, well, it is. It's like a Heinz 57 mutt. They kind of put all the best from this, best from that in there, and it worked out pretty good.
A lot of people don't know this, but Ford and Chevrolet worked together on that 10-speed transmission they had. That's not that, but that's the same transmission between the two of them.
Yeah,
a lot of people don't know that. Yeah, but I think they're doing away with the LS now, right? Aren't they? Didn't they come up? They come up with something else, and the LS is going away now.
Yeah,
Chevrolet.
Yeah, the LT. Then the LSs are freaking going through the roof now. You used to be able to get one for $200-300. Yeah, Coyote platform's nice, man. I'm excited.
They're just too expensive.
Well, but they are more affordable than Ford Performance in the past.
No, that's true.
I'm excited about the Godzilla platform.
Yeah, there's
some guys doing
there's some guys around here. Yeah, guys around here are like hostages on a hot dog when those things get wrecked. They're running around here trying to. You can't find one because everybody's buying it up as soon as a truck gets wrecked.
Oh yeah. There's a lot of exciting stuff going on with those bad boys. So, well, good deal, man. Well, yeah. I mean, hell, they all got problems in the beginning, but. But
so they didn't. They didn't do a very good job testing that Godzilla motor when they decided to release it. That was the problem.
Yeah, well, we're all stubborn. We'll figure it out. Yeah. No, well, that's the thing now. I mean, you can get it's almost kind of comparable in price to the LS build. Building an LS versus a Coyote now to get up there in that 1,000-1,200 horsepower range. So they're not that bad. I will say this: I love an old small block Ford, an old big block Ford. I hate the Coyote. I hate the way the Coyote sounds. I don't care if it's pro-charged, nitrous, turbo. Those things sound horrible. I don't know what to. Well, I'm just not a fan. But
Well, I'm
they
gonna
move down the track.
They do.
What's
I'm
that?
gonna make the Ford guys a little mad. I'm gonna make the Ford guys a little mad in here though, because I'm not one of those Ford guys that go, oh, you shouldn't put an LS in a Ford. Look, man, I don't care what you put in as long as you're out at the track having fun. To me,
I
that's
agree.
all that matters.
I agree. LS is just was a good cheaper platform. Not no more. But
yeah.
So, all right, guys. We could talk about how Chevy's better than Ford for days, but we'll just cut it off right there and agree to disagree.
We'll just go ahead and let the Ford guys win on that one. So
they absolutely are all junk because they all break. That is a proven fact.
Yeah.
So if anybody doesn't have any last minute good questions, we'll wrap this up. I'll put this up again. Go take this, get the book. And if you want to go one step further, take the boot camp. And we'll put this up again too. And Ryan, don't you worry. I got your address. I know exactly where to send your book. And there's the link again to the Greasy's Garage. So everybody, thanks for tuning in. Appreciate you guys sticking it out, and hope you learned something. Jeff, we appreciate you coming on, man. It was good to get to know you a little bit.
I enjoyed it. You got some good people following you here, man. So good job.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, they're all of them except for Ryan are good people. Ryan, not so much.
Brian's my favorite.
He's one of my favorites too, but I don't tell him. So everybody have a great week. We'll talk to you soon.
All right. Thanks.
Thanks for tuning in.